Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about a question many people ask. Does the current British royal family descend from both King Alfred the Great and William the Conqueror? This question is important because it helps us understand how royal bloodlines were passed down over more than 1,000 years through wars, marriages and changes in dynasties. Let's break it down step by step. We'll first look at Alfred the Great's line, then William the Conqueror's, and finally see how they meet in the royal family today. Alfred the Great ruled from 871 to 899. He was king of Wessex, and he defended England against Viking invasions. His dynasty continued through his son, Edward the Elder, and grandson, Aethelstan, who is often called the first king of all England. But Alfred's direct male line ended in 1016 when King Edmund Ironside died. After that, the throne was taken by Cnut the Great, a Danish king. Later, Alfred's great-grandson, Edward the Confessor, became king in 1042. He was the last king of the House of Wessex. Edward died childless in 1066, which led to the Norman conquest. So the male Wessex line ended, but Alfred's bloodline continued through his daughter, Aethelflaed's descendants, and that's where the link survives. According to genealogist David Hughes and scholar Pauline Stafford in Queen Emma and Queen Edith, Alfred's descendants married into Norman and later Plantagenet families. This means his blood was passed down through daughters, not through ruling kings after 1066. William the Conqueror became King of England in 1066. He was Duke of Normandy and came from a powerful French noble family. William's son Henry I married Matilda of Scotland. This is very important. Matilda was a descendant of Alfred the Great through her mother Margaret of Wessex. So from this point forward, the Norman kings were connected to Alfred through marriage. Henry I and Matilda had a daughter, Empress Matilda, who married Geoffrey of Anjou. Their son became Henry II, the first king of the House of Plantagenet. So starting with Henry II in 1154, English kings had blood from both William the Conqueror and Alfred the Great. The Plantagenet line ruled from 1154 to 1485. This includes kings like Edward III, Richard II and Henry VI. Then came the Wars of the Roses, fought between two branches of the Plantagenets, the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Henry Tudor ended the wars in 1485. He defeated Richard III and married Elizabeth of York, joining the two rival houses. Henry VII was a descendant of Edward III through his mother, Margaret Beaufort. So the Tudors continued both the Alfred-William line, as they were descended from both via the Plantagenets and through Edward III. The Tudor dynasty ended with Elizabeth I, who died childless in 1603. The crown passed to James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England. He started the House of Stuart. James was descended from Henry VII through Margaret Tudor, Henry VII's daughter, who had married the Scottish King James IV. So the Stuarts also continued the bloodline from Alfred and William. In 1714, the throne passed to George I of Hanover, a German prince. He was the closest Protestant relative, descended from James I's daughter, Elizabeth Stuart. The Hanoverians were foreign in culture, but still related by blood. In 1917, during World War I, King George V changed the royal family's name from Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to Windsor, due to anti-German feeling. But he was still part of the same family, descended from Queen Victoria and King George III. Today's monarch, King Charles III, is directly descended from Alfred the Great through Matilda of Scotland, from William the Conqueror through Henry I and the Norman kings, from Edward III through both the Plantagenets and the Tudors, from James I through the Stuarts, and finally from Queen Victoria through the Windsor dynasty. Historian Alison Weir, in her 1996 book Britain's Royal Families, The Complete Genealogy, confirms that Prince Charles, now King Charles III, descends in an unbroken line from both Alfred the Great and William the Conqueror, over 30 generations from each. So the answer is yes. The present royal bloodline connects to both Alfred the Great and William the Conqueror. The connection is not always through the male line. Many of the links come from marriages and daughters, but the bloodline has survived through centuries. From Alfred's defense of Wessex, to William's conquest, to today's monarchy, the royal family has changed dynasties, languages and titles. But the family tree remains deeply rooted in English history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal genealogy, please subscribe and leave a comment below.